Jordan Patel teaches a $6,000 swing trading course. He recorded it in 2024 in a borrowed studio in Austin over the course of 9 months. 28 hours of footage, 12 modules, a private Discord, a Skool community. Real testimonials, real students, by every measure, a legitimate online business. In April of 2026, Jordan received an email from a former student. The email contained a link. The link led to a Skool community he had never seen, with a thumbnail of his own face selling a course called Smart Swing Mastery for $149 a month. The instructor on the videos was not Jordan. The voice was not Jordan. The face was not Jordan. But the lessons were word for word his lessons. The community had 812 paying members. The pirate had made $120,000 in 2 months. And Jordan had no idea how to stop it. This is the AI course piracy industry, the fastest growing scam in the creator economy, and it is eating the online education world alive. Let's get into how it works. The playbook is grimly elegant. A pirate identifies a high-ticket course, anything over $500, with a real customer base. They buy access. Either they pay legitimately for one seat, or they buy a leaked copy on Telegram for $40 to $200, depending on how fresh it is. They download every video, every PDF, every Notion page. Then the AI work begins. They feed each video into a face swap pipeline, usually a fine-tuned version of Insight Face or Deepfake Live, and replace the instructor's face with a generated one. The new face is photorealistic, consistent across angles, immune to most casual viewer scrutiny. Next, voice. The pirate clones the original instructor's voice from a 30-second sample and redubs every lesson, often with subtle paraphrasing to defeat exact match detection. The lip sync is then resynced to the new audio. The whole pipeline, for a 20-hour course, takes about 3 days of compute time and costs less than $200 in GPU rentals. The pirate spins up a new community. Skool is the favorite, $50 a month per founder, low friction, and Skool's discovery feature actively surfaces new communities to potential members. Whop is also popular, especially for trading and crypto niches. The pirate writes a sales page in ChatGPT, generates a hero thumbnail in Midjourney or Nano Banana, fabricates a few testimonials, and goes live. The first day, they buy a few hundred fake reviews. By day 3, the community has organic momentum. By day 10, real paying members are joining. Skool takes about a month before its moderation queue catches what's happening. But by then, the pirate has already made tens of thousands of dollars and migrated to a new community under a new name. The ring economics scale brutally. A mature pirate runs 10 to 30 stolen courses concurrently, each in a different Skool community under a different fake instructor identity. Each community averages 400 to 1,000 members at prices between $40 and $200 a month. Even after refunds, chargebacks, and platform fees, a single pirate can clear $40,000 to $80,000 a month. The biggest rings, 3 of which have been identified by Skool's trust and safety team, pull in over $1 million a year. None have been criminally prosecuted yet. The legal exposure for course piracy is unclear. The platforms are sluggish, and the victims are scattered individual creators who can't afford litigation. The original creators only find out by accident. Sometimes a former student stumbles across the cloned community while browsing. Sometimes the pirate gets greedy and uses identical product names. Sometimes a refund rate anomaly tips off the legitimate creator that something is wrong. And digging reveals their content live on another platform with a different face. By the time the creator submits a DMCA complaint, the pirate has already extracted most of the value, taken the community down voluntarily, and reopened under a new name. DMCA on Skool takes about 10 days to process. The pirate's average community lifecycle is 28 days. The math is obvious. The deepfake quality is what separates 2026 piracy from 2024 piracy. 2 years ago, swapping a face on a 20-hour course produced visible glitches every few minutes, flickering edges, wrong eye gaze, lip-sync drift on hard consonants. Today, with consumer-grade tools running on a single NVIDIA 5090, the artifacts are almost gone. The original instructor's natural gestures get preserved, The new face inherits the original lighting. The voice clone matches the original cadence, including breathing pauses. A casual viewer cannot tell. Even a sophisticated viewer needs to know what to look for. Some pirates have started adding deliberate small variations, different shirt colors, slightly different camera angles, to defeat reverse image search detection. Who's running this? 3 major demographics. First, Eastern European crews, historically online gambling operators, who pivoted to course piracy in 2024 when crypto scam yields dropped. Second, a growing Filipino cohort, often former call center workers, who specialize in repackaging American business and self-development courses. Third, a more recent and disturbing group, American creators themselves, in their 20s, repackaging competitors' courses to undercut them on price. The third group is the hardest to spot because they have legitimate creator accounts and can frame their stolen community as a competing original. There's a man named Aaron Park who has spent the last year cataloging known pirate operators. He runs a Discord called Course Defense with about 300 indie creators as members. His tool, Coursesig, fingerprints original video files using audio waveform signatures, optical flow patterns, and a hash of the slide decks. When a new Skool community goes live, his crawler checks if any of its videos match a fingerprint in the database. He catches about 30% of the piracy attempts, he says, but the catch rate is dropping as pirates learn to apply more aggressive post-processing. Slight time stretches, frame interpolation, mild reframing, to evade signature matching. He estimates that for every pirated course his system finds, 2 more slip through. The platforms know. Skool published a policy update in March 2026, promising AI detection tools for course videos. 2 months later, they quietly walked back the timeline. Their head of trust and safety, in a leaked internal Slack message, admitted the problem is technically harder than fraud detection on payments. Whop is in a similar bind. Discord and Patreon, which host smaller communities, have effectively given up. Their stance is that creators must enforce their own IP. The platform calculus is grim. Aggressive AI content detection would also catch legitimate creators using AI tools for editing and translation, and the platforms can't afford the false positive blowback. What happens to the money? Most of it flows through Stripe to a string of LLC bank accounts that get rotated every few months. The pirates use real names of cooperating individuals, sometimes paid 2 or 3% of revenue to be the named account holder. The money lands in offshore accounts in Cyprus, the UAE, or the Cayman Islands within 48 hours. By the time a creator's DMCA results in a frozen account, the funds are gone. Stripe's payout dispute window is 60 days, but the pirates use chargeback suppression services, fake address corrections, manufactured shipping confirmations to push past it. The Federal Trade Commission opened an inquiry in February 2026 into AI-driven course piracy, focused on consumer harm rather than creator harm. Their preliminary finding, the average purchaser of a pirated course loses access within 90 days when the community gets taken down, never receives a refund, and rarely files a complaint because they don't realize the course was pirated. The estimated annual consumer loss is $250 million and growing fast. For creators, the only real defense right now is friction. Watermark every video with a steganographic signature that survives compression. Use platform-side DRM where available. Build community engagement that can't be cloned. Live calls, individual feedback, real-time Slack support, so a stolen course feels hollow to anyone who tries to use it. None of these stop piracy completely. They just make piracy slightly more expensive than building a real business. And even that line gets crossed every week. The creator economy was sold to people as a way to escape gatekeepers. AI piracy is the new gatekeeper, one that doesn't curate or invest, just extracts. Jordan Patel's $6,000 course is now selling for 1/40th of that price on a Skool community whose existence he didn't know about until last week. He filed 3 DMCAs, 2 have been processed. The pirate has already migrated to a new community under a new name. And somewhere, every 90 seconds, another stolen course is going live with a fresh AI face teaching lessons that someone else spent years building.